What's good, family? It's your man, the YB. Back once again. Big shout out to my doggy. Riyadh Abbas coming through and boosting the corner. Maximum coins. Respect general, 100%. So, as you've seen by the title, my doggy, Dan Azeez, rolled up on and smoked on that Rocky Fielding pack. Now, I'm going to give salute to Rocky because, yeah, he came in soft. He came in overweight, but he put on a pretty half-decent show in as much as he didn't roll over. Yeah, listen, I'm going to call it a spade here. We all watched Rocky Fielding go there to the USA and get his booty popped by Canelo. We all saw that. We all saw Rocky Fielding sold his belt to Canelo. That was shameful, I've got to be honest. He went out sad. Yeah, he went out super duper sad. However, in this fight, yeah, he lost. Yeah, he got washed. Yeah, my doggy, Dan Azeez, dragged him through the bush backwards. But he was in there, elbows in, chin down. He was trying to... He was fighting, man. But I'm not, he was fighting. He threw the fight against Canelo. He actually turned up and had a half a go, which is all you can really ask for. He's old, he's washed up in that sense, and we got a young, up-and-coming young bull, Dan Azeez. And it was only going to go one way. I put some coins on Dan Azeez. I don't know why, but because of Rocky Fielding's kind of, what's the word? Because of his clout, I wasn't able to bet on the KO. I was a bit jittery. Do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, put some coins on, not many coins, little coins, on Dan Azeez to beat Fielding. Now, what I will say is, yeah, Azeez was in there. Azeez is Azeez. He comes in there and he's on it like Donkey Kong, 100%. He's on it like Donkey Kong. Yeah, he's in there and he's doing his thing. My only worry is, Rocky Fielding is a small guy. He came from 168. Now, to be fair, Azeez isn't a big bulbous dude either. But my issue is with Azeez now, is the fact that he went in there with Hosea Burton. He put it on him. Fair play. He went in there with Fielding now. Fielding's an old, smaller head. And I'm not too sure about this power from Azeez. I don't know. Do you know, I'm a bit worried for him at the top level. You got to remember, we're talking about 175 here. And maybe I'm getting too carried away. Maybe Dan Azeez, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's one of them ones. Because to be honest, even with, we're going to find out with Anthony Yardy versus Beterbiev. But maybe it's just a case, yeah, at 175 right now, it's Beterbiev and Bivol. Maybe that's just what it is. Maybe we got to forget about them, man, and because really, when you look around, again, I'm putting some money on Anthony Yardy to beat Beterbiev. That's because what I'm going to do. That's because Team Lighty. Yeah, Team Lighty to the wheels fall off. But realistically speaking, Beterbiev and Bivol might just be them guys right now. Meaning that we shouldn't even think about them, man. Because when you forget about Bivol and Beterbiev, and then you think about Azeez, Buatsi, Yard, do you know what I'm saying? That's when my nipples get hard. When I start thinking about, wait a minute, Azeez is in there, and he's all over Rocky Fielding, but he's not having that, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we've seen Beterbiev in there, shocking dudes. Yeah? Joe Smith ain't no punk. And Beterbiev turned him out like he's a punk. But yeah, Beterbiev had him walking the street, getting his coins for him, 100%. Beterbiev turned Joe Smith out and had him walking the streets of New York, getting him his money. You best get him 100%. Yeah, that's what he was doing. Turned him out 100%. Turned him out and put him on the street. Had him work in the corner 100%. That's what Beterbiev did. Top dude. Had him work in the street. Yeah, had him work in them corners. Had him work in them Johns 100%. Yeah, Joe Smith was on the roadside working the Johns 100%. Getting them Johns in. Back to back. That's 100%. Yeah. Beterbiev had Joe Smith on the street corner in outside MSG, and he was servicing John after John, 100%. That's what Beterbiev had him doing. That's how hard he turned him out. So, again, YB, what's that got to do with Azeez versus Fielding? My point is, Beterbiev got that, whatever it is, that shocked the boots out of, or shocked Joe Smith Jr.'s boots off his feet. Meanwhile, Azeez is in there. It reminds me a bit like Fury versus Chisora in that sense. Yes, Azeez got the finish, but when you actually watch the finish, Azeez, don't get me wrong, Azeez did a lot more than Tyson Fury did to get the finish, but what I'm saying is, when you watch the finish wasn't really a finish. The referee didn't step in, it was the corner. Now, I get why the corner did what they did. I get that. Yeah, their corner is thinking, you know what, Rocky Fielding, there's no point trying to be a hero. Yeah? Was there any chance Rocky Fielding was going to win? No. What I'm saying is, Azeez didn't bring the fight to a conclusion on his own. He was in there, hitting the guy all night. Bottom line, he couldn't stop him. Couldn't put him, I think he might put him, did he put him down? I'm not sure if he put him down. Either way, Azeez was in there, banging away for 8 rounds. And I didn't, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If Beterbiev is smoking top world championship dudes in a round or two, and you're in there, let's be real here. What do we think? Do we think, who here thinks Rocky Fielding makes it out of 2 rounds against Beterbiev? I'm someone who doesn't like to bet on KOs. But I'm telling you now, Rocky Fielding versus Beterbiev, it's not going 3 rounds. I'd bet my life on it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones. But yeah, Azeez is in there. I'm not sure he has the pop, is what I'm saying. The bottom line. And it seems to be in boxing these days, chins and power, there seems to be levels to it. Some dudes have this rock solid chin and rock solid power, or they don't. It's a bit like Canelo, for example. Canelo's in there punching a hole through Caleb Plant, who now looks okay, doesn't it? Let's be real. Caleb Plant looks solid to everyone else. He goes in there with Canelo, and Canelo's punching a hole for him. And Canelo just isn't bothered with what he was doing, was he? That's what I'm saying when I talk about levels. And then Canelo goes in there with someone his own level, Bivol, and all of a sudden, the shots start, you know what I'm saying? It seems to be in boxing, we talk about levels, but there seems to be a punching and punch resistance level to boxing. You've either got this power that people can't hang with, and you've got this chin that people can't hang with, or you haven't. Azeez, we can't put him in that division of Beterbiev, Canelo's, the guys who are punching, you know what I mean? They have a different kind of punch. And in fact, that's even a good example. Rocky Fielding versus Canelo is a good example. Also bear in mind, Canelo did to Rocky Fielding at 168. So Azeez has all the advantages here. Azeez is a natural 175. Fielding's going up. So if Canelo was able to hit Rocky Fielding with the shocker, why wasn't Azeez? Bottom line, I love his tenacity. I love his style. When I think about him at the tippy top level, I just don't think he got that world classness about him. It seems to be natural. You either have it or you don't. I'm not sure it's something you can train. You either have this ungodly power people are just shocked by, or you don't. Unfortunately, Azeez, I'm not sure he's in that category. But I'd love to see him against Buatsi, because I'm not going to be funny, but he's another guy who, you know what I'm saying? Buatsi ain't got that shocking power. I'd love to see Azeez versus Buatsi, and I'd actually back Azeez to win. Why? Neither have shocking power, but Azeez will be on that arse. Azeez will do what Craig Richards didn't have the balls to do. Yeah, I was begging Craig Richards, put it on that guy, get on top of that guy. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to commit. After the fight, I could have done more. Get this guy out of here. If I hear another fighter say they could have done more, I swear down, I'm going to melt down. But Azeez will go in there and he'll be on it. He'll be on Buatsi. I'm not sure Buatsi really want it like that. And that's what I'm saying. Forget about Bivol. Forget about Beterbiev. These guys, yeah. Well, really, we're going to find out. If Yard loses to Beterbiev, then just forget about them, man, for now. Forget about Bivol. Forget about Beterbiev. And that goes for everyone. Because if Beterbiev blows Yard's back out, yeah, then it's going to be... Yard's really the best one, in my opinion. If Yard can hang, then obviously anyone can hang. No, sorry. If Yard gets his back blown out, then Buatsi ain't got a shot. Because Yard's got more pop, in my opinion, and he's more sturdy as well. I don't know. Yeah, he's been stopped by Kovalev, but Yard, I don't know. Yard's more solid, in my opinion. I think Yard chews up on... that's another fight. Yard versus Azeez. Whew. Do you know what I'm saying? These are the kind of fights, man. And in a way, I think we've been robbed of that. In a way, I don't know what it is. I get the money part, but I think these guys have rushed a bit, in that sense. Before running off to fight the Bivols and Beterbievs, I feel there should have been a little kind of thing. Callum Johnson, Buatsi, Azeez, Yard. That's just to name 4. I'm sure there's a whole bag of other ones. Them man should have had a little European Royal Rumble. And the winner of that is going to be a lot more composed, a lot more. Because really, the problem with boxing today is people don't do anything and then try and do it all. Like Yard, for example. Okay, Yard lost to Kovalev. So he didn't really, he learnt some things, but what's Yard, wait a minute, what's Yard done? Okay, he fought King Arthur, Queen Arthur, whatever the guy's name is. But I'm sorry, but people talk about this Arthur guy, yeah? Arthur, he ain't in that Buatsi, Azeez, Yard level. He's below that. And in fact, that's a good example of what I'm talking about. You know how I said that there seems to be this thing with power and chins? You either have this chin, like for example, I bet you any money, yeah? Canelo versus Benavidez. Or Canelo versus Golovkin. You know how Canelo and... Like when Canelo and Golovkin fight everyone else, they're popping people and they just can't take it. When Canelo and Golovkin get in the ring together, all of a sudden, they both look pretty average in terms of their power and in terms of their chins. Yeah, no one else can take their shots, but they can. That's what I'm saying. There seems to be this thing, you either have it or you don't. You either have this ungodly power or this ungodly chin, or you don't. Billy Joe didn't have it. Yeah, Billy Joe felt the shots and melted. He weren't that level. Do you understand? But yet, Bivol could take the shots all night. Triple G can take the shots all night. It seems to be this weird, I'm not sure how you explain it. It's not in the training, is it? You either have it or you don't. You either have this resilience and this chops and the power or you don't. So anyway, my point is, Arthur, Queen Arthur, yeah? So you got Beterbiev up here. Now we're going to find out. If Yard goes in there and smokes on Beterbiev, then he's clearly that new guy. It's clearly Yard versus Bivol. But until then, in my mind, based on what we've seen and what's been proven, you got Bivol and Beterbiev up here. They have a different type of chin, and they have a different type of pop in their shots. Yeah? Below that, you got the Yardies, and you got the Boatsis, and whoever else. And then below that, that's where you got the Queen Arthurs. Lyndon Arthur. Because we all saw what happened. Yard went in there and popped him, and he was shocked. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it seems to be this thing. It's like a hierarchy of different levels of pop, of different levels of chops. Lyndon Arthur's at the bottom. He ain't even in that Boatsi level. He's not even that level with Yard and Boatsi. Anyway, my point is, so forget about Lyndon Arthur. People keep telling me, oh, YB, well, you're wrong. Yard has mixed it up at this kind of middle level because he beat Lyndon Arthur. Listen, Lyndon Arthur's leagues below the ones I'm talking about. I feel developmentally we've been robbed. I want to see people like Azeez, yeah, not going off and get your cherry popped. I don't know. Is Azeez good enough to beat Beterbiev? My whole thinking is, listen, if you're good enough to beat Beterbiev, why don't you go and smoke on Boatsi's pack? Oops. Do you know what I'm saying? Same with Yard. Yard more so, because to be fair to Azeez, he's coming up the right way, really. He's taking out Burton. I remember Yard versus Burton 5 years ago was supposed to be the thing. Yard was... I don't know... What's Yard been doing? He's had no middle fights. He goes and gets his cherry popped by Kovalev and then comes back down and just fights bums. Yard was supposed to fight Hosea Burton when he was hot 5 years ago. Never happened for whatever reason. I don't know what Yard's been doing, but Yard seems to be going for the tip-top, the most just... He doesn't have no middle ground. You never see Yard here in a proper fight. It's always either, oh, I'm going to fight pound for pound number one, or I'm fighting a complete bum. I don't get that. It's not good for development. That's one thing I do critique Tunde on. It's all well and good. I think Tunde gets too kind of confident and too gassed off himself because it's all well and good being a believe it, receive it, become it, yeah, but what happened to doing things one step at a time? Oh, well, no, my name's Tunde and I don't need to do it one step at a time because I believe it, receive it, become it. No, I don't really work like that. Yeah? You can believe what you want because guess what? When Kovalev popped you in your chops, where was it? You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't work like that. You need to have experience. Why hasn't Yard been in there with these middle guys? Even Callum Johnson, them kind of ones. Guys we know who can bang. Guys we know will come to win. Oh, well, now that's played out. Yard, yeah, he's either fighting complete bums or he's fighting to pound. And I respect him because a lot of weird dudes like Chris Eubank Jr., he just want to fight bums all the time. So Yard's, that's what frustrates me because Yard has the potential, but he's not doing it right. Yard, in my opinion, should have fought one of these kind of cats. Boatsi, Azeez, one of them ones. Yeah, Azeez will chew on Lyndon Arthur. That's a fact. That's what I'm saying. Forget about Lyndon Arthur. He's no good. Azeez will chew on Lyndon Arthur. I'd love to see that fight. He'll be on him like a rash. The same way Yardi was on him. But I feel that for the development point of view, It's no good going in there. It's no good jumping up from some. I mean, yards jumping from Lyndon Arthur to fucking Beterbiev. Who advised that? Who advised Anthony Yardy to jump from Lyndon Arthur to Beterbiev? Who did that? Whose smart idea was that? Because we've been here before. You did that with Kovalev. Oh, no, YB. We don't need to do the steps. We got believe it, receive it, become it. Yeah. Got your cherry popped. Oops. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's played out. We know how this story goes. Yard has not been battle tested. He has not. Forget losing to someone. That's not battle tested. Battle tested, yeah, is when you go for adversity and you find a way to win. That's battle tested. Okay, YB. I mean, that's a great example of what I mean by Queen Arthur's no good. Queen Arthur isn't, oh, well, YB, he's been in there with Queen Arthur. That's not battle tested. Going in there and popping someone's cherry for them and blowing their back out and there was nothing coming back. That's what I'm saying. Yard needs to be in there. It's too late now. It's done now. I'm still back in Yard, but I'm saying it's done now. It's going to be what it's going to be. Yard should have been in there with someone like Dan Azeez, someone like Buatsi. Two hungry young bulls going in there. And that guy, the guy who comes out on top of that, yeah, is going to be a lot more prepared for a Beterbiev. I've got a feeling, the problem is, you see, these guys make such leaps. When you've been in there with Lyndon Arthur twice, yeah, you get accustomed to a certain level. What happens when Beterbiev pops you in your chops? Yeah? Oh, we see it all the time. We saw it with Joe Smith. Joe Smith's a top guy, world championship guy, yeah? He in there KOing people and doing what he's doing. Goes in there with Beterbiev, gets popped and knocked him for 6. Yeah? 100%. Beterbiev hit Joe Smith for 6 like he playing cricket, 100%. Knocked his bonce right into the crowd. That's what he did, 100%. Knocked his consciousness clean into the crowd. Yeah? Into the nosebleeds, 100%. That's no good. It's no good getting that shock of your life. It's no good. Going to end every way at the same time. So yeah, man, listen. I like Azeez. I like what he's doing. He's building up the right way. I've got to be honest with you. Azeez has much better management than Yardy. I don't know what. And Yardy's worst thing is, yeah, Azeez is pretty new. Yardy, he's been on the scene for about 10 years. What the fuck? Yardy, yeah, has been knocking around on the scene for 6 years. He's done nothing. In that sense. He's really done no learning fights. He's either gone from the pound number ones and losing, or he's just fighting a complete bumps. That's, dead. I like Azeez because Azeez is doing it the right way. Yeah, Hosea, boom, no problem. Fielding, whatever you say about Fielding, he came to fight and he's a solid dude. I don't even think, to be honest, Fielding put more of a fight up than Lyndon Arthur did, and probably would. I'm going to be honest. Rocky Fielding was more game than Lyndon Arthur was. Oops. Yeah? And he's still relatively young, and he seems to respect the game a lot more. I have to feel that. I think Yard's a little bit too gassed up. He's too gassed in that sense. He doesn't respect the game in as much as... just too gassed. Like, jumping up to Beterbiev because you believe you... Nah, man. Do it step by step. Because the same way... Like, you say... People say, Yard believes he can do it, yeah? Well, imagine how much more you'd believe you could do it if you just knocked out Buatsi, for example. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what we should be saying right now. Yeah? Whatever belief him and Tunde have now, yeah, you can't tell me you wouldn't really believe it. Wow, we just smoked Buatsi in 6 rounds. Or we just smoked Dan Azeez in 6 rounds. We're really that level. Because that's the kind of performance, for me to be sure that Yard can compete, yeah, with Beterbiev, I'd need to see him smoke Callum Johnston, smoke Buatsi, one of them ones. But nah, forget that. He was fighting a bum here. What the fuck? Nah, man, played out. But yeah, I know I've digressed, but it's all the same talk. Azeez, I like what he's doing. I want to see him in there now with a Callum Johnston, a Buatsi, even a Craig Richards for what it's worth. Craig Richards, yeah, he don't have that A-star mentality. He don't have that champion mentality, but yeah, he's solid. I actually think I throw Richards in that mix, to be honest with you. Richards is in that certified mix. He doesn't have a winner's mentality though. Richards is happy to lose, bottom line. But nonetheless, he will come in and he'll turn up and lose well in that sense. He's not like Lyndon Arthur, who will just roll over and have his belly tickled. So yeah, I want to see Azeez in there with Richards, Yardy. Well, Yardy's, you know what I mean? Buatsi, Callum Johnston, or Richards. I'm pretty sure there's some more at 175, but any of them ones, no more. That's another thing for Azeez. I don't want him going backwards. Don't turn into Anthony Yarde 2.0. Again, Yarde doesn't even have the Rocky Fieldings on his resume. He doesn't even have the Hosea Burton on his resume. That's the scary thing. The closest thing to Hosea Burton or Rocky Fielding that he has is Lyndon Arthur. And that's bad. Because like I said, Azeez, he's only doing this pretty new guy. Yarde's been on the scene for 5 years. And he has no middle fights. That's not good. I don't know, Frank Warren has a fascination with putting Yarde in there with complete bums. Makes me wonder. Do they know something about his chops? I don't know. I'm asking the question. It's just really quite odd. For someone to be on the scene for so long and just be hanging around, fighting bums. It's really, it's odd. I'm not sure the angle there. Why wouldn't you want to test your man out? Or is it all about the money? I.e., let's not take a risk. Let's just hang around and cash out. I don't know. But for development's sake, if you're in love with the game, yeah, and you want to be your best self, you can't tell me Yarde's had the best career for the best performances, to get the best out of himself. No way. There's no way. There's no way you can go from Queen Arthur, who didn't even fight back. How can you stop Queen Arthur and then fight a bum and think you're ready for Beterbiev? Who does that? Yarde should have been out here saying, listen, Buatsi. That's the scary thing. Eddie Hearn was calling out Yarde. Yarde said, oh, well, no, my name's Yarde and my name's Anthony Yarde and I'm above that and I've got a world championship shot. Yeah, you've got a world championship shot, but all due respect, you haven't really earned it. I'm going to be honest with you. Beating Queen Arthur shouldn't be worth a world championship shot. Yeah, you fell into one, but anyone who tells me Yarde's earned his shot is lying. Yeah? No way. I'll tell you what would earn the shot. The winner of Buatsi versus Yarde. That's worth a shot. The winner of Yarde versus Azeez. That's worth a shot. The winner of Yarde versus Callum Johnston. That's another one that's been knocking around. Yarde just hang around, fight bums. Nah, man, played out, dead. Whack. But yeah, like Azeez, I mean, there's a question now about his punch. I would have liked to have seen something a bit more definitive on his hands. I'd like to see something a bit more definitive with his paws. His paws, all I'm saying is, if Rocky Fielding can stand toe-to-toe with you for 8 rounds, imagine what's going to happen when, God forbid, Beterbiev's in front of you. If you're having trouble finishing your dinner, yeah? If you can't finish your dinner against Rocky Fielding, them shots are going to be bouncing off like it's playtime. You know what I'm saying? If your shots aren't... If Rocky Fielding's able to hang in there with you for 8 rounds and he's still fighting back with all due respect, if that's the case, when Beterbiev in there, you got no hope. You're toast. So I'm not sure what you do with that. What do you do? But anyway, I like Azeez. I like his mentality. I like his whole little shtick. I like the way he fights. I just somehow, some way, need to work on his pop. I need to work on him. I mean, his technique's pretty good, but I would like to see him turning shot. That's the only explanation. Normally, when people don't have no power, Tyson Fury, for example, Tyson Fury don't turn his shots over. Even to this day, people suck off Sugar Hill, but his shot's still slapping most of the time. So that's normally the key thing. It's the only thing, really. Turn your shots over. Get your elbows, dig your elbows into shots. Most fighters, they're all out ears. It's almost like straight arms slapping like Wilder. It's all open arms. You want the tightest angle. That's what you want. Nice, short, sharp angles, 90-degree angles. If you're hooking and your arms are wide open, weak, no good. Nice, short hooks. That's what you need to 100%. If it's not short, it's whack. Played out 100%. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Salute to Azeez. Whoops. I want to see him. I want to see his squabbles against top guys anyway. Against these middle guys, sorry. 100%. Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell. No doubt about it. Wow.